Alright then, so we're just taking a look at Vechain on our daily time frame here for another daily update on the channel. As we can see, looking like right now we are basically in a bit of a better spot than we have been for a while for altcoins. The altcoin basket and Ethereum primarily looking like they're gearing up for new all-time highs, which is obviously going to start dragging us to the upside for Vechain and the rest of our altcoins. You can see across the space: Solana, Chainlink, Dogecoin, Cardano, Avalanche. Vechain is now starting to follow suit back to the upside, albeit a bit slower, as we can see. Starting to get a pickup off of these lows again, of this smaller range that we've been consolidating in recently. We've really been chopping around here, as you can see quite clearly. The highs and the lows, and then chopping sideways in this smaller range here. Ready for, I think, is it CPI today? We're going to have a big move in the markets, most likely for traditional markets. If that's the case, we're probably going to see ourselves run to the upside like this. You can see quite clearly on the charts we have been basically smashed down by Vechain recently, and we're basically in a bit of a position where we're basically just doing this: the Trump pump followed by the tariff dump back into this range, coiling into a much smaller range here. And as you can see right now, we are very close, in my opinion, to basically being in a position where we're just going to have a little pump to the upside through some of this liquidity resistance. You can see we've got liquidity above here on this trend line. I think this will get taken out probably in the next few weeks if Bitcoin, Ethereum and everything else starts to coincide nicely for a continuation up. You can see here Vechain right now is basically in a position where I don't think there's much more liquidity down here to come and target. To be honest, we've come down, swept the previous major swing low of liquidity. We've come down there twice, and now I think it's more likely, considering the rest of the state of the market right now. If you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, everything else, I think it's much more likely at this point that we have a move to the upside for altcoins that have been struggling so much over the past, basically the course of this entire year. Since we've had the tariff dump, the vast majority of cryptos in the large cap altcoin space have been chopping sideways in a range like this, trying to figure out the true direction of this market. And you can see recently, as I said, the past month or 2 months, we've been in this very tight range here, and I think soon we are going to see a big move, and I think it's probably more likely to be to the upside than the downside, to be honest. You can see all this liquidity above was technically still in a bull market, and I think if Ethereum rips to all-time highs, we could see something like this for Vechain, where it comes back up into this 10-20 cent area here like this. I think this would be a realistic target for this cycle, to be honest, considering the underperformance of Vechain. Obviously we've come down so much from that previous swing high. It's going to be difficult to get back to this break resistance and continue with the most likely limited time we have left in this cycle, unless of course we just can the cycles off forever now, because we have had a bit of a strange one this time around, and then just have a permanent bull run for some altcoins. But we have no idea whether or not Vechain will be a part of that. Right now we're still in the previous bear market range, looking quite bearish, to be honest. And I think realistically we are going to see a move to the upside soon, but it's about how far we can realistically expect to go. I think 10 to 20 cents is a reasonable area to target for the rest of this cycle if we can see a good movement for altcoins. Right now Vechain looking still pretty sad and underwhelming, to be honest. Let's see if we can get a pump soon. I think we are going to get a nice move to the upside in line with Ethereum over the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks. Let's see what happens. Like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching as always, and do get some free money in the description below.